Welcome friends and welcome to my channel Biology Notes. In this video we will discuss about structure of internal ear, and in the previous video we have discussed about structure of external and the middle ear. Internal ear is also known as labyrinth, and there are present two types of labyrinth in internal ear. One is bony labyrinth and another is membranous labyrinth, and usually membranous labyrinth present inside the bony labyrinth. Okay, so if it is bony labyrinth and these are the membranous labyrinth, so these membranous labyrinth are present inside the bony labyrinth. Actually bony labyrinth covers the membranous labyrinth. Okay, now the bony labyrinth is made up of bones. Actually there are present three types of bony labyrinth in internal ear: the semicircular canal, vestibule and the cochlea. These are three types of bony labyrinth which are present inside the internal ear. Okay, and the membranous labyrinth, I have already told you that the membranous labyrinth are present different parts of bony labyrinth. So in semicircular canal, the membranous semicircular canal are present. Then the membranous semicircular canal is the membranous labyrinth which reside inside the semicircular canal, which is known as bony labyrinth. And another two important structure, the utricle and the saccule, these are membranous labyrinth which reside inside the vestibule, which is bony labyrinth. And the cochlear duct, this is another membranous labyrinth which reside inside the cochlea. Okay, now what will be the functions of these different parts of our ear? And you know, ear helps us to maintain our balance, and this will also the organs of hearing. So this will helps us to hear the different sound wave from the surrounding environment. So the balance and the hearing are two most important function of ear. Actually semicircular canal and the vestibule serves as the balancing organ, and in the semicircular canal and the vestibule there are present two different spots. In the semicircular canal, the most important sensitive spot, which is known as cristae, helps in the balance. So this can detect the movement of our head. And another sensitive spot which are present in the utricle and the saccule, and you know that these are the membranous labyrinth which reside inside the vestibule. Okay, so the macula is the sensory spot which are present in the utricle and the saccule. This also maintains our balance. Then the balancing organs or the balancing sensory spot are situated in both the semicircular canal and the vestibule. And the cristae serves as the sensory spot for balancing, and the macula, which is present inside the vestibule, also serves to maintain the balancing of our body. And in cochlea, the organ of Corti is present, and which can capture the sound wave from the surrounding environment, and this helps us hearing. Okay, and the sensory receptor cells which are present in both cristae, macula and in the organ of Corti are the sensory hair cells. This is important. So the sensory hair cells can detect the different information from the surrounding environment. Actually after capturing this information or capturing this stimuli in the sensory hair cell, the receptor potential will be generated, and this receptor potential will be transmitted into the neurons which are synapsed with this sensory hair cell, and in this neuron the axon potential will be generated, and this axon potential will be transmitted into our head, so we can serve the specific function. Okay, now the internal ear can be divisible into two broad regions. One is the vestibular apparatus and another is the cochlea. Okay, so the vestibular apparatus is made up of semicircular canal and the vestibule, and also the membranous labyrinth which are present inside the semicircular canal and the vestibule. Okay, so this is the vestibular apparatus. Then the vestibular apparatus is made up of semicircular canal, and this canal is usually semicircular, and inside this semicircular canal the membranous semicircular canal are present. Okay, and this semicircular canal, there are present three semicircular canal, and this remains perpendicular with each other. Then there are present three semicircular canal, and these are perpendicular with each other. Okay, and at the base of the semicircular canal there are present a swollen region which is known as ampulla, and in this ampulla the sensory spot are present which is known as cristae, or this is known as crista of ampullaris. Actually this can detect the movement of our head, and by detecting the movement of our head, this maintain the balance. Okay, so this may serve as the balancing organ, right, or the balancing spot. And in the vestibule, we know that inside the vestibule, the membranous labyrinth are present. So vestibule is actually bony labyrinth, and the vestibule is present in between semicircular canal and the cochlea. And the membranous labyrinth inside the vestibule are two types, the utricle and the saccule. Actually, utricle are connected with the semicircular canal. So all three semicircular canals will be connected with utricle, right? And saccule, which is another membranous labyrinth present inside the vestibule, are connected with cochlea. And inside the utricle and inside the saccule, there are present sensory spot which is known as macula, and this macula contains the sensory hairs, right? Then this is actually the structure of vestibular apparatus. Then vestibular apparatus contains bony labyrinth and the membranous labyrinth, and the bony labyrinth are the semicircular canal, and inside this semicircular canal, the membranous semicircular canal are present, which serves as membranous labyrinth. And at the base of semicircular canal, Scholen region can be seen. In each base of three semicircular canal, the Scholen part is known as crista ampullaris, and this is actually the sensory spot. Okay, and inside the vestibule, two membranous labyrinth are present, the utricle and the saccule, and inside this utricle and the saccule, the sensory spot, the macula, are present. And in this macula, there are present the sensory hair cell. And now we will see the structure of macula and where the sensory cells are present. Okay, then this is actually the structure of macula, and in this macula, you can see the three types of cells are present. Okay, and the one type is known as the flask cell, and another type, this is the cylindrical cell. Okay, so the flask cell and the cylindrical cell contains a hair-like projections, and for this reason, this flask cell and the cylindrical cells are known as sensory hair cells, and they project their hairs. In a membrane which is known as otolithic membrane. Okay, so otolithic membrane is very important, and probably you have heard the term otolith, and the otolith actually helps us to maintain our balance. Okay, and then the sensory hair cells project their hairs into this otolithic membrane, and this otolithic membrane are secreted from the supporting cell, which are also present inside the macula. So macula is made up of three types of cell: the flask cell and the cylindrical cell, and the supporting cell, which is responsible for secretion of otolith membrane. And this otolith membrane is made up of glycoprotein, and this is nothing but this is gelatinous membrane. And inside the otolithic membrane, the otolith is present. And probably I have already told you that probably you have heard the term the otolith. Actually, otolith maintains our balance, so this is known as balancing organ. Now, the otolith are nothing but these are the particles which are present inside the otolithic membrane, and this is made up of protein and calcium carbonate. Okay, then when we move our head or our body is required to maintain the balance, during this time the cristae, the sensory spot of cristae and the sensory spot of macula actually helps us for performing this function. Okay, and another structure is cochlea. And what will be the position of cochlea? And you can understand the position of cochlea whenever you see this diagram, and this is also a very simplified diagram. So here you can see the semicircular canal, and which there are present three semicircular canal which reside perpendicular with each other. Okay, just below the semicircular canal, the vestibule are present. Actually, these vestibules are connected with our middle ear, and you know the middle ear contains the two aperture. The upper aperture is known as oval window, and the lower aperture is known as round window. Okay, so sound wave can passes through the oval window into the vestibule, and then from the vestibule into the cochlea. And the cochlea is a snail-like structure. Cochlea means snail. Okay, and inside the cochlea, another important structure which is known as organ of hair are present, and which is also called as organ of Corti. And you should understand the structure of organ of Corti. Okay. And if we see the transverse section of cochlea, then we can see there are present 3 chambers. Actually, inside the cochlea, the 2 membranes are present. The upper membrane is known as Reissner's membrane, and the lower membrane is known as basilar membrane. So, these 2 membranes form 3 chambers inside the cochlea. The upper chamber is known as scala vestibuli, then this is actually the scala vestibuli, and the middle chamber is known as scala media, and the lower chamber is known as scala tympani. Okay, but these chambers are filled up with fluid. So scala vestibuli are filled up with perilymph, scala media is filled up with endolymph, and scala tympani is filled up with perilymph. Okay, and you can see that the upper and the lower chamber, that is the scala vestibuli and the scala tympani, are continuous anteriorly. Okay, and the perilymph, the movement of perilymph also will be connected in this region, and which is known as helicotrema. This is very, very important, right? Now, in the basilar membrane, throughout the basilar membrane, the sensory hair cells are present, and I have already told you that the sensory hair cells are actually the receptor of our ear. Okay, for maintaining the balance, the sensory hair cells are present inside the macula and the cristae, right, in the vestibular apparatus. And for hearing, these sensory hair cells reside inside the basilar membrane, or these reside throughout the basilar membrane. Actually, in the basilar membrane, the organ of Corti are present. And when the sound wave moves through the oval window, this is actually the oval window from the vestibule, and this causes the vibration of this fluid. And you know that the perilymph and the endolymph, these are the fluid, and the perilymph present in the scala vestibuli and the scala tympani, and the endolymph present in the scala media. And when sound wave moves through this fluid, and this will causes the movement of this basilar membrane, or this will causes the vibration of this basilar membrane, and the vibration of the basilar membrane disturb the position of the sensory hair cell which are present throughout the basilar membrane, and or which are present inside the organ of Corti. Okay, and this disturbance or the movement of this sensory hair cell creates a receptor potential inside the sensory hair cell, and then this sensory hair cell generates action potential of those nerves which are synapsed with this sensory hair cell. Okay, or the auditory nerve, simply I can tell you. Okay, and this auditory nerve send this information inside our brain, and we can hear the different sound. Then this is actually the functions of sensory hair cell. So sensory hair cell are present throughout the basilar membrane inside the cochlea or inside the organ of Corti. Now you should learn the structure of organ of Corti. Then this is the organ of Corti which are present inside the cochlea. In each ear there are present a single organ of Corti, and this organ of Corti is known as organ of hearing. And in organ of Corti, the scala vestibuli, scala media, and the scala tympani are present, and also the Reissner's membrane and the basilar membrane are present. And you know, in the basilar membrane there are present sensory hair cell. Then these are the sensory hair cell which I have drawn in the red color. These are the sensory hair cell. Then this sensory hair cell reside above the basilar membrane, or this sensory hair cell present throughout the basilar membrane. And sensory hair cell projects these hairs in another membrane which is known as tectorial membrane. Then the tectorial membrane, basilar membrane, and the sensory hair cell are the most important structure of organ of Corti. And this structure is present, or this structure are floating in the endolymph. Okay, and apart from this, the supporting cells are present. And each of the sensory hair cell actually project 5 nerves which are connected with the auditory nerve. So each sensory hair cell projects the fine nerve which will be connected with the auditory nerve. Then when sound wave comes in this endolimb, okay, I have already told you that the sound wave actually passes from oval window into the vestibule, and then this will passes into the cochlea, or this will passes into the organ of Corti, okay. And inside the cochlea, this sound wave causes the vibration of the perilymph and the endolimb, and when this sound wave move, then this will causes the vibration of this basilar membrane, and when the basilar membrane vibrate, the position of the sensory hair cell also will be changed, or the position of the sensory hair cell will be disturbed. This will move actually, and this sensation creates, or this movement or this disturbance of the sensory hair cells create the receptor potential which will be transmitted through this nerve, and this creates the action potential in the auditory nerve, and this information then will be conveyed into our brain, and we can detect the different sound in our brain, okay. Then these are actually the main structure and very brief function of our internal ear. Then whenever you read the internal ear structure, you should read it two main headings: the vestibular apparatus and the cochlea. And in the vestibular apparatus is mainly consisting of semicircular canal and the vestibule, and in the semicircular canal the ampulla which contains the sensory pod which is known as cristae, and in the vestibule there are present two membranous labyrinth which are known as utricle and the saccule. There are present the sensory spot which is known as macula, okay. And in this macula the otolith are present, and this macula or the otolith and the cristae actually maintains our balance. And then the cochlea. Cochlea is a snail-like structure, and inside the cochlea there are present basilar membrane, and throughout this basilar membrane the sensory hair cells are present. Or a single ear contains a single organ of Corti, and usually this sensory hair cell present above the basilar membrane of this organ of Corti, okay. And when sound wave disturbs the change of this sensory hair cell, and this information will be conveyed into our brain. And I hope you have understand the structure and very brief function of our internal ear. And in the next video we will discuss the detailed function of our ear, that is how we can balance our body, or how we can hear the different sound from surrounding environment. So thank you, and that's it.